Hello, welcome in to another day of Tarot with Kelly. And today we're gonna be connecting with new energy to see what's the message for it today. So right now we're gonna shuffle the tarot cards, and afterwards, after the tarot, we might do some fairy oracle, cause yes, yeah. We're gonna hear what the fairies have to say right after we hear the message from the tarot. Alright? So, okay, let's start by connecting with energy of who will find this message. Alright. Okay, first we started with a 4 of Cups and then an Ace of Wands, but it was upside down. So that first can come out as, like maybe you are in a position where you have built some sort of emotional stability, and there's some new things coming in, but you feel or you think that that new thing can disturb your inner balance, and that's why I think the upside down one comes in. But it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't. If anything, it will help you see many different things. Sorry, I had to cut out. This wand upside down tells me that there's this new energy, and given that it's a wand, could be fiery energy of passion that is wanting to come in, but maybe due to all of this mental stuff that we have to go through daily, you are scared to let this energy come in, and you're kind of holding yourself to the bandages and not allowing yourself to see this energy coming in. This doesn't have to be, well, we started with a cup, with the 4 of Cups, and this cup coming in the air, so it gives me the vibe of it being something emotional, something that is gonna make your emotional your heart bump, and maybe that can be scary after, if you've been through a lot. That can be very scary, and you've been through a lot, so you must be tired at this point, and that of course can be shown in how open we are to new connections or new energy. And in this case we have the 6 of Wands, that it's about recognition, but I think in this case you must recognize it's yourself for how far you have come, and allow yourself to open yourself from a more balanced, you're now more balanced indeed. And so let me see if you are. Yeah, you are more balanced. So trust your intuition and not your fear. Trusting your intuition is not trusting your fear, or because your fear is protecting you from things that might be risky, anything that can trigger the ego can generate a fear emotion. But not just because you get this fear emotion, it means that you should not go for should not go with an open heart. No, that's not it. You know, yeah, trust your intuition, trust your inner fire. You're gonna be able to know if that new energy is good for you or not. But know that no outside energy will have the power to damage what you have already built, because what you have built within yourself, the love for you, the patience for yourself, that is very stable. And so, yep. However, those things that want to come in your life cannot come in if you don't open your heart to receive it. And maybe you are like, wait, but my heart is open. What do you mean? I keep that. But you know, mm, let's. Yeah, yeah. Even if you in your mind think, oh, but I'm open, blah blah, in your heart there's, you are in this like kind of like guarded. You are still looking for, the, well, what's the trick, kind of thing. And there's no trick, you're gonna learn, you're gonna have to learn in the process. And you have already learned so much that you don't need to repeat those lessons again. You are now ready to learn in a new environment. And this new environment is going to allow you to learn asking questions that, maybe sometimes, before, maybe you didn't feel so safe using your voice, asking questions, making conversations, things like that. This is a new chapter where you're gonna be able to use your voice, more, and question things, and yeah, just like this, brave with your voice, and use it wisely, and trust that the right things will come in for you, and they are coming in. Just be open and curious about it. Be curious. Yes. Maybe you've been in a hermit mode. Let's get 3 more. You've been hermiting. Yep. And justice is coming in now. So to bring balance and its structure with the Emperor to your life. But I think with the Justice and the Hermits and the Emperor, I think that during this time you have created inner authority, and that is what's gonna create balance once you once you start trusting that the new things that are coming in are coming from a different, like, you have built inner balance, so those things that are coming now are not coming from the same as before. And if they did, you will be able to realize it, that if anything comes in that is similar to an old pattern, you will be able to spot it, because you were already in the hermit time and you already did that inner work. And so now you have already created, or you are created inner authority and inner peace, and that is going to bring justice, because there's so many things that go unacknowledged in our lives, things that people do to us, things that we do to people. All of those things go sometimes unacknowledged, and once you sit yourself and you acknowledge those things, that you probably did some of it during your hermit mode, that's gonna bring justice. And that also is gonna bring that inner authority that is gonna be so important for you to stand on your boundaries and on your values. Yeah, and so trust. What the message right now for the reading would be to trust your inner balance, to your inner authority, to start to sit with yourself and acknowledge, you know, acknowledge yourself for what you have done, but also what has been done to you. So maybe sometimes we beat ourselves really hard for what we do to other people, and then we brush off what other people do to us. But also that really cuts deep, and most of the time, what we do is a reaction to what is being done, or what it seems to be done on us from our environment. So this is the message: acknowledge those things and hold yourself like this, and tell yourself, hey, we've made it so far. We did say that we did say that we would do a fairy oracle, and I already shuffled and I got these 3 cards. First we got the earth, the nomos of the earth element, and they say to show that you can be practical and realistic and organized. Realistic doesn't mean pessimistic, just so we know. And this is a good moment to put order in your life. Remember what we were talking about, the inner authority and inner balance. That inner balance can be now translated in your physical life, and you won't have resistance, or at least not as much resistance, and once you start acknowledging yourself. And there's one says the rose. First, this one, the rose fairy, that says that there's that to leave aside the rational thinking and to let your heart be the guide on this journey. And then lastly we have Las Trotaviejas, that I don't know how to say it in English, but it says that there's a gift from the fairies waiting for you somewhere. So pay close attention to your daily life, as it will be there. So open your eyes wide, and yeah, know that the fairies have a gift for you. And yeah, all right, thank you.